following show is a paid program.
Hey, how you doing, family? We've got Glenn Gordon on with us. He is the inventor. Come on, Glenn, let's show Glenn real quick. Hey, Glenn. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Well, thank you.
Hey, good. I just wanted to throw that video in that you put together real quick for us. Let's talk about how you got started. Mr. Glenn Gordon from a military family. He has a product called We Got Your Back. I love that. Let's start with that. Let's start with how we got started in the military first.
Well, coming up, I have older brothers. And one of my brother got drafted to go to Vietnam, and he went to Vietnam, when you're a younger sibling, especially boys, you always want to be like your bigger brothers.
Right.
So when my older brother when he went to the military, I said, I want to be just like him. I'm going to be just as much man as he is. So when he went to the military, when I turned the age of 17, I decided I want to join the military myself. So he's a Vietnam veteran and I'm a Vietnam era veteran.
Wow, that is good right there. Let's talk about being in the military and why did you come up with this product after that? But let's talk about being in the military and what happened.
Well, when I went in the military, I'm straight off. First of all, I'm just a little country boy. I'm from a little old country town called Henry, South Carolina. Population less than 600 people. We got more people than that live in some of these apartment complexes.
That's a stop sign, buddy. You in a stop sign.
Yeah. So being coming from such a small community in the country like that, when I joined in the military, I excelled because when they tell me to do things, I did it. Because I didn't know any better, I'm a little country boy. So I didn't realize that worked to my benefit when I was in there. It was like, hey, this guy here is leadership material.
Right.
So they made me, I became a heavy equipment operator and everything. I became a crane instructor. I operated a lot of different heavy piece of equipment and stuff. And then after I got out back to duty, I decided they wanted me to be a drill sergeant. So I became a drill sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. 600 people? That's family. That's all your family, isn't it?
We don't have quite 600 people. We're getting close.
That's a family reunion. I mean, all the people know you and everybody's around there. That's your whole entire family. What are you talking about?
Close to it.
Isn't that funny? In doing so, so many people are inventors in their own dream and mind. Right. But you actually stepped over and did it. How did that go? How did you, in your mind, you say, I need to invent this? How did this come about? The back support, because that's what it is. It's really a lumbar compression support for you, right?
Right. To tell you the truth, what really inspired me to stick with this product, and believe it or not, I first started in 1988. That was the first one I started with. Mm-hmm. The very first one I started with was in 1988. And what happened was the military, the government wouldn't give me an MRI. Mm. And I needed that MRI to find out what was everything going on with me. They would only give me an X-ray. And they just only would give me an X-ray, but they load me up with all this Tylenol and all these painkillers. And me personally, I don't like painkillers. I don't believe in drugs. I don't want that in my body. I didn't want to mess up my liver and blood and all that kind of stuff. So I said, I got to figure out a way I can kind of maintain this pain without dealing with all of these drugs. Mm-hmm. So I started researching everything and I found out about compression. And I found that people use compression, like compression socks, compression vests, and all that kind of stuff to give better blood circulation and stuff. And that also kind of help you reduce some of the pain in your body. So I started working on trying to create my own belt. The first patent I got was back in 2000. I got a patent back in 2000, but the unfortunate thing was I didn't know enough about material at that time. and I had created the product, got the patent, but the belt still was rendered useless because the belt was designed within the patent, and you have to follow your patent when you get a patent. You can't come up with a patent and then make something entirely different from your patent because you'd be infringing on your own patent. So the thing of it was, when I made the product, I made it with elastic in it, and elastic breaks down over time. So that means after 30 days, my belt was useless. It wasn't any good. So I had to go back to the drawing board and try to create something for what I had already envisioned in my mind. In my mind, I had envisioned a product that you can wrap around and it will still keep its integrity. And I just never seen that before, but I had envisioned that. And from the grace of God, with all my researching and everything that I do, because I love the research and I love to tinker around and stuff like that. And for the grace of God, I ran across some material that I thought that might work for me. And that's what I focus on that and refile another patent.
Absolutely. Let's go back. You said something I love to research too. You said something very pivotal in what you just said. Elastic breaks down over time.
Exactly.
Over time.
Exactly. Because the elastic is nothing but rubber. And that stuff is, if you go to Home Depot, go to any place, and see, this is the other thing too. A lot of people don't realize if your belts out there are not FDA approved, FDA. See, my belt is FDA/CE approved. It's approved internationally. But the fact of the matter, if that belt is not FDA approved, it's not rendering you no sort of health benefits.
Wow.
That's what makes a difference. If your belt doesn't, if any type of back support belt that you have, if it doesn't say it and doesn't state FDA approved, now you may say it's working for you, and if it does, that's fine. That's good. But it's just that the FDA is not going to take no chance on putting their reputation behind it, endorsing your belt if they don't feel like it's providing any type of benefit, any type of health benefits to you.
Wow.
And thank God mine is FDA plus CE approved.
Okay, so what you just said to us was this. That's pivotal right there. You first, these are steps that you have to go through. People don't realize that. You first are patent, right? Then you have to be FDA approved. You have to go. These are steps. It's not just like, oh, I'm patenting it's out there.
Right. See, and this is the other thing too, Mr. Hill. You're not going to be the one who determines whether you get a patent or not.
Right.
Only thing you can do is file it. You can file it, and these patents can cost you anywhere between $5,000 to $25,000 or $30,000. And mine falls in that price range somewhere. That's not gonna tell you how much, but I fall in that price range. I'm on the high end side. So,
right.
My patents fall in that category.
Absolutely.
But see, just because you file a patent, there's no guarantee that you will get it. And the thing of it is, you got to spend that money first, and then they say, "Oh, by the way, I'm sorry to tell you, but you can't get your patent. We can't allow you to patent because somebody else already got something that's similar to that." That's $30,000 for that patent that cost $30,000 file. That's $30,000 down the drain.
Down the drain.
And on the other hand, once you make your product, you're not going to be the one to determine whether your product is FDA approved or not. It takes the Food and Drug Administration to make that determination.
Right.
People in the health benefit to me. And when I was making mine, I had no idea that there was a medical manufacturer even making my product. I didn't even know. All I did was reach out there and find a manufacturer. I went through about 8 months, almost a year, in research and found my own manufacturer.
Wow.
But to be honestly speaking, I'm gonna tell you no lie, Mr. Hill. To be honestly speaking, I tried to get my product made here in America.
Wow.
Could not find a manufacturer that would cooperate with me. Could not find a manufacturer that would make it for me. And actually, I was going to put, even though as useless as that other product was, the first patent I got, I still was going to make it anyway since I had the patent, put it out there and get whatever I could out of it. But no manufacturer in America would make my product. I went to Alabama, dealt with those people in Alabama for almost 8-9 months to a year until I finally found one that I trusted to let them take a chance on making me my product. They made my product. And I still dealt with them for about another 5 to 6 months because in my mind, I saw one thing and that vision was there. And I kept dealing with them back and forth, working the kink, working the tweaks and stuff out. God, they gave me something back like voila, because who was the test dummy for it? Me. I tested on myself.
Right.
If it helped me, I knew it helped somebody else because I got rheumatoid arthritis in both hips and my lower back. And if it helped me, then I'm sure to help someone else. And after they told me all of that, at the end of all of that, then that's when I found out, oh, by the way, your product is being made in a medical manufacturer. I'm like, huh? They said, yeah, you're in a medical manufacturer. I said, you kidding me? They said, yeah, your product is FDA approved. I'm like, oh my God. That was all a surprise to me. I had no idea.
Wow. Wow. Just through your research and just through your work and just through everything you had done on your own body. The compression, you learned the compression is what it is through circulation and other things that you learned along the way. That's where a lot of our pain is.
Yes. And I tell you, Mr. Hill, my best friends out there that helped me with this was the chiropractors. Because I said I didn't want to make the mistake I did. I didn't want to make the mistake I did with the first belt. With the first belt I had that lasket in it, rendered it no good. Even after all that money I spent on that patent, it rendered it no good. I said, this time around, I have a vision, but I don't, and I still didn't see the material yet, but I still had that vision. But I said, this time I got to take my best shot. So I went and talked to about 5 or 6 different chiropractors to educate me before I decided to put my money and my efforts in trying to find that material that I felt that could serve the purpose for what I was envisioning.
Right.
And those chiropractors helped me out tremendously. I mean, thank God that they didn't turn me away. I thought they would be sort of little, like, hey, get out of here.
Right.
No, they wasn't like that. They said, come on in. What do you want to know? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Well, look, I'm telling you now, if you're going to make this now, that's what you got to take into consideration. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to. They even started telling me about autistic children, telling me about how compression even help children sometimes and stuff. They were telling me all of that. They educated me so much. And then 2 doctors, they helped me as well, a husband and wife team. They helped me as well because my product is such a great product until the doctor, which both of them are doctors, but the husband and wife team, which are doctors, they both order my product for themselves. She works at the desk a lot, so she uses it for her back to help with her posture. He walks the floor a lot, so he uses it to wrap around his leg to give him better blood circulation when he walks in the floors. And they both endorsed it.
Wow, that is something. And looking at that, let's talk about the back support belt in itself. You are saying that, first of all, let's put the disclaimer out there. This is not a cure for black problems. We want to make that clear.
Exactly. I don't want no one to think by no stretch of imagination that this is a cure. That's right. That's non-existent.
Right.
All I can do is tell you what it does for me. And I have testimonials on my website and everything what others say it does for them.
Right.
But I wanted to take it even a step further. I just didn't want the testimony of people who have purchased the product and just my own opinion of it. I wanted people who have credibility in the health market. So that's why I went to chiropractors. I went to chiropractors. I went to doctors, and I went to people holistic people. I went to people who have that medical background, nurses and everything. So you're not just taking my opinion. You're not just getting the people who purchase for their own personal use opinion. I have physicians. I have people in the industry that had endorsed it themselves. As a matter of fact, before this interview is over, I would like to share with you one of the opportunities that we've been given. And from the grace of God, that is wonderful. And this company has over 300 chiropractors who have endorsed it.
Absolutely. You opened the door. You can say it now. That's why you're here. I mean.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, with the help of my dear publicist, Ms. Desiree,
yes,
is worth her
I tell you,
gold. This young lady worth her weight in gold.
She sure is.
With the help of Ms. Desiree, we have been able to secure a contract with one of the largest companies in Atlanta that service over 100,000 plus people. They got over 100,000 plus patients they already service.
Wow.
They got 12 different locations here in Atlanta. They got over 300 chiropractors work with them, and I think they have over 9 physicians work with them. They have a ton of people work with them. They took our product and they tested it through their people for about 2 or 3 weeks. They tested our product. And after they tested our product, they came back to us and let us know that our product is approved. It passed all of their criticism and everything. And just yesterday, we got us a contract.
Yay!
So we're going to be servicing them every single month, not just one time. Every single month we're servicing them.
Wow.
That is wonderful.
That is.
Yes.
Shout out to Miss Desiree Vincent. She was pushing too. She said, I got you, get them on there. You have done a lot of work. It's called We Got Your Back. How did that name come up? I love it.
I tell you no joke. I work in the music industry behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Now I'm also a songwriter, singer, musician. I'm a songwriter, singer, musician in my own right, which one day I'll be talking to you about my music too.
Yes.
but
yes.
but at the present time, I work behind the scenes in the music industry because I'm a rigger. So I work as a ground rigger. I rig up. So when you go to the show and you see all those big flying pieces in the air and them big video screens and all that kind of stuff, and people flying through the other, well, we rig that stuff when they do that. So what happened? So what happened was that there was a gentleman that I work with, and he said, "Man, I gotta go." And as a matter of fact, he's my investor. He said, "Man, I gotta go do this." And I said, "Man, don't worry about it, man. I got your back. I got your back. Don't worry about it. I got your back." So people started talking to us like, "You guys always saying I got your back to one another." And he said, "Well, look here, man. Won't we need to put up? We got your back." So we knew that we got your back. He's my best friend. I said, "But I got your back, man." He said, "Well, don't worry about it, man. I got your back." And this guy said, "Oh, why don't you just get mad? Why don't you just get? We got your back."
Exactly. I love it.
So they came up with that name.
Exactly. Let's do this. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back with Glenn Gordon.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Amazing things for you.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, thanks so much, family, for coming back to us. We are talking to Mr. Glenn Gordon about We Got Your Back. I love that product. Let's talk about why it's so relevant now, this 2021, right now, this actual product.
You know, Mr. Hill, I tell you, for me, I'm like, as I said earlier, me being as a country boy, I know what fresh food and how vegetables and all that kind of stuff is supposed to taste.
Mm-hmm.
I buy a lot of vegetable and fruits and stuff out of these stores. They don't taste the same.
Yeah.
I don't care where they're. I don't care if they were growing them in a lab or wherever they're growing. They just don't taste the same. And I just don't trust a lot of this stuff out here these days. So, like, what I've done personally, I love the fact that people are taking their health more seriously these days. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to people and trying to convince them to change their diet, because that's what I've done. And it helped me even with my rheumatoid arthritis. I changed my diet. I cut a lot of sweets out of my diets. I cut a lot of alcohol out. I don't smoke. I cut all that, and that stuff makes a difference. I cut all of that stuff out. Cut all that sweets, candy, syrup stuff out. Start drinking more water, stretch and work, and do as much exercise as I can. That is more healthier for you than anything else. I do not believe in taking painkillers, none whatsoever. Now, granted, some people out there have to take at least some amount of pain pills. Right. Some of them do. But I don't care if you're taking 100% of pain pills. If you're doing anything that can cut it down just at least 1%, that's a benefit. Mm-hmm. That's a benefit. Mm-hmm. I don't care if anybody just said 1%. 99% in better shape is much better than being 100% out of shape.
Right. Right.
So I'm saying I love the idea that people doing what they're doing as far as their health is concerned, because I talk to a lot of yoga people right now that's talking to me about me taking yoga because of my arthritis. Mm-hmm. And I'm in training for that now. They're educating me on how to care for myself. And for the grace of God, it's been helping me out a lot. I've changed what I eat. I've got the young lady who's here named what's her name? Young lady here in Atlanta here. She's got a great company here in Atlanta here. Fantastic company. She can help you set yourself a diet based on your blood type. She takes your blood type. She can identify a great diet for you from this talking blood type. I've never even heard of that. But then, that's not my arena. But she is great and good at what she does, and she's educating me and taking me through that now. I'm a firm believer that exercising, eating healthy, stretching will outweigh taking any kind of chemicals or drugs any day for better health.
I love that. I love the fact that you said it induces and improves your blood circulation, relieves back, lumbar, and total body pain. It just relieves it at that point. Several people have said that. Several people have said that. And in the military, when you come out of the military or anything, a lot of people are disabled, disabled vets.
Yeah, and another thing we're doing too, Mr. Hill, we're trying to actually introduce this to the military because I have a friend of mine. He's a veteran also. He's an amputee. He's a friend of mine. I think we were in two different branches of service. I was in the Army. I think he was in the Navy or the Air Force or whatever. But that just goes to prove that we can still get along with one another, even though we're not in the same branch. I just had to put that in there.
I see how you threw that in there. Now half the Army and Navy just cut off. They shut it off. They just I lost the rest of my military friends.
So him and I got along. But since he been working with the military so long, selling to the government and everything, I made him my military partner. So he deals with the military. But lo and behold, there's a gentleman out here who's played for the Washington Redskins, played for 5 seasons for the Washington Redskins. And I'm sure a lot of people know who he is and remembers him, but his name was Mr. Danny Copeland.
Yes.
And Danny Copeland, he was an awesome player.
Yes.
Awesome player. And he played for them for 5 seasons. Now the thing with Mr. Cooper, he got out. And I'm telling you, Mr. Hill, if you was to talk to this young man, oh my God, you're talking about a beautiful person to talk to. This man have an outstanding personality. I just feel so relaxed talking to him. You can hear the humanness in him.
Yeah.
The thing was, when he got out, he committed himself to helping young people. He committed himself to helping young people stay in shape, build their body, do this, get strength condition, all that kind of stuff. And lo and behold, he ran across my product. Contacted me. Him and I spoke and everything. And one thing led to another. Now he's an affiliate of my product.
Wow.
He's got a company that's called Champions, and my company is endorsing his company 100% because why? I'm also a lover of helping children. I'm also a lover of helping young people stay healthy. I hope they don't have to experience a whole lot of the craziness that we've gone through before they get to this point. So since he's helping young people, we are going to help endorse his company by giving people discounts on our product whenever they join his company.
Right. I'm so glad about that. Today our topic is Black American inventions. And you are a Black history because you have invented a product that will stay for the rest, is history. How do we get more African Americans in inventions? What do we need to do? What do you see that is needed?
Well, I tell you no lie. I tell you the two biggest problems are the two biggest things that I see, Mr. Hill.
Right.
Number one, we don't want to do the research and everything in the time to see what it is that I'm trying to put forth. Is that already in existence?
Right.
You got to spend the time. I mean, there are tons. I mean, just imagine of all the things that's been made all over this world, even from the beginning of patent, even before patent. Just imagine all the things that have been made, but there's still room for you to make something that hadn't been invented yet.
Wow. Wow. Can you imagine that?
There's still room. People getting patents every day.
Right.
So that still goes to show you somebody got an idea that we haven't thought of yet.
Right. Right.
But you got to be willing to spend the time to do the research and find out: are you just wasting your time? I'm just spinning my wheels. Or am I going to take a stab at this? Right. And we have to educate ourselves on our approach to it too, because and then number 3, don't go in this thinking about money. Go in this thinking about something you really want to help somebody with. Because if you approach it with the desire to really truly want to help someone, then you will perfect your vision. But if you go in here with just trying to just make some money, you're gonna cut yourself off short, because the moment that you sell one, as far as that idea is concerned and that vision, that's out the door. Because one thing you're looking at, gimme. Where's that next dollar I can get for selling one of these products? Mm-hmm. See, I did it the other way. I didn't think about money. I thought about what can I really give you, something that can help you. Mm-hmm. And then people say, well, that's what somebody said. How do I know that really works or not? Well, you know what? I use myself as the guinea pig. I got arthritis in both hips and my lower back. It helps me, and I haven't used no painkiller since 2016. And it helps me. My pain ain't gone completely away now, but it's manageable. Right. I can manage it. Right. And that's a big difference. I'd rather be able to manage pain than to mass pain with some drugs. Because when I mass pain with some drugs, that pain will eventually come back, and it might come back with a vengeance.
There you go.
But if I'm doing it with just compressing myself and I can manage the pain, the only thing can happen is that I just have to manage some more tomorrow. But I ain't got no drugs in my body either.
Right. But you know what I love about what you said earlier was that in 1988 till 2000, right?
Yes. It took from 1988 to 2000. I got it took that long for me to get the first patent.
Right.
And then I realized I chose the wrong material. But that didn't stop me.
That's what I was going to tell you. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I went back to the drawing board. And the other thing is too, Mr. Hill, this is just one of 4 patents I got. I want 3 other patents. I want 3 other patents. God has just blessed me because I'm one of those type of people that will research stuff for years to see whether anything is out there, but like it or not.
Yeah.
And then if it's not, then I take my chances and going forward. Now there's no guarantee you're still gonna get that patent now, because while you researching and taking years to decide you want to file a patent, there's somebody else out there doing the same thing. You just gotta hope that you're the one who beat them to the board.
Right. That's a good idea. And the other thing too that I love about you is that you were saying that about research, that we don't want to research, we don't want to study, we don't want to ask anyone. Ask a lot of people, because you had to go back, ask. After your first patent, you found out the material wasn't strong enough. Yeah.
See, and this is the other thing too, Mr. Hill. This happened in every. If you realize it or not, the most areas that most of us complain about being ripped off at and being misused and abused in is either in the music industry, or it's either in the invention industry, or it's in the trade market.
Right.
And those are the things that you need to do. Those are the things that take time and energy to put in there to work it from the root. But we don't want to do that. We really if we got a few dollars in our pocket, I'd rather just pay you to help me. But there's no guarantee I'm gonna do it, you honestly. So why not hit yourself as much as you can on it first? So when you do decide to pay somebody, you know what they need to be doing for you. You know what they should be doing for you. And you know when they're not doing the right thing for you. I got people right here in Atlanta right now with me that paid patent attorneys here $7,000. They paid the patent attorney $7,000 on a product that they have never even researched yet. They have never even researched it, even see it's on the market yet. Never did it. And how I know this? Because they told me personally themselves. And then they got upset with me when I told them the truth. And they tell you what happened. They came to me and said, I gave him $7,000. I said, okay, you gave him $7,000 for what? He said, I gave him $7,000 because I want him to try to file a patent on this product here I got. And he showed it to me. I looked at it, I said, well, okay, then what? He said, he called me back talking about it's already made, but he can't file no patent on that. But don't blame the patent attorney. He's trying to tell you that he did the patent research for you, and somebody has already filed a patent on that.
Right.
You'd have done it to give him the $7,000. You should have never did that.
Right.
Because you could have done a patent research extensively yourself, and if you feel like there still was a gray area, you could have paid the average patent attorney $700, not $7,000, $700, and let them do a more extensive search for you. See, and then there still ain't no guarantee that somebody ain't got it out there, and there still ain't no guarantee that you still get the patent once you actually filed. But at least you took the steps and making sure you ain't gonna be spending too much money.
Right.
No, they just go drop $7,000 off at the guy, and since he can't do it, now they want to be mad with him talking about that patent attorney ain't no good. He stole my money. He ain't no good. Don't blame the patent attorney. Blame yourself. You need to educate yourself before you start trying to get others to help you.
Wow, that's something right there. You just cleared up a lot of people right there, just helping them. Because a lot of people have spent that money. You're right.
If you want to be helped, first help yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you think somebody else? This is the thing you got to. This is the thing you should realize. Why would I believe that this man helped me if I'm not willing to help myself?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not willing to help me, why not think he willing to help me? Oh, because I'm gonna give him some money.
Uh-huh.
Okay, give him some money, and he take your money, he's gone. You better off keeping your money and do it yourself.
Right. Absolutely. And looking at what you did, and you were saying, why now? What all have you learned along the way? We've talked about some things, but let's give some people some other things. Because 40 million people are unemployed, right? Because of COVID and other things. They still have that dream that they have inventions too that they want to do, right?
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer, Mr. Hill, that everyone has a story to tell and everyone has an idea to offer. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yes.
There's no genius out here got all the ideas to everything that we need. There's no genius I got all the none of those kind of things.
Right.
I'm a firm believer if you got an idea, the very first thing you must do, and you got better access now because of the technology.
Right.
Get online, research that thing. Get on Facebook, research that thing. Depends on what market that your product may fall in. Depends on what market your product is. Yeah, go if it's something to deal with hardware, like a paintbrush or a white cloth or whatever the case may be. Go to those stores. Go to Home Depot. Go online. Check everything that they got. Check out all of this. You need to check everything possible. And after you done check all of that stuff, then go check the library. Check the Library of Congress. You can check that on your website. You can check it on your internet now. If you don't have a computer, go to the technical college in your town. They'll help you there. Go there and check it there on the computer. Then once you done do all of that kind of stuff, you then have to let yourself know, are you convinced enough now that you want to take it to the next level? And if you convince you, because I'm saying this because I know me, and this is what I'm talking. When I'm saying this is what I did. That's what I told myself.
Right.
I told myself, Gigi, you're gonna research this thing, and you're gonna check every place out there and see this product out there yet, Gigi. And once you do all of that, you have to come to a conclusion. Do you want to take this thing any further? And that's when I took it further. I said, I'm going for broke, and I went forward.
Right. But you knew that. You knew going in that that's what you wanted to do.
I knew what I wanted to do. And see, and this is the other thing too, Mr. Hill. I'm living proof that just because somebody got something made that serves a purpose from something that you got, that doesn't mean you can't make it better.
Right.
You can enhance on it. You don't have to come up with you don't have to invent the wheel. The wheel is already made. But you can put some stars on the wheel. You can put the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You can put an extra hole on the wheel. As long as it serves a legitimate purpose.
Right.
You don't have to come up with something entirely new. I mean, you look at my belt, my We Got Your Back belt. The thing that made me got that product, the thing that helped me got that patent, was that gel pack in the pocket. That gel pack and the extra Velcro that I got on there.
Right.
And change the metal bones to plastic bones, so it gives you flexibility.
Right.
So you have to study. You have to study your product. You have to study it and see how you can make it better.
And let's talk about the belt itself. Let's talk about the differences of the gel pack. Let's talk about the benefits of it. Let's talk about that. You got a belt there?
Yes, sir. What I did, I bought one of my small ones.
Okay.
I bought one of my small ones with me today, so I hope it can be so it can be seen better on the screen.
Okay. Let's look at it.
What this is that. See, I just want to go through and show you what I did with this belt. This belt actually has got neoprene. It's made out of neoprene. The reason why I chose this kind of material, because this material is the same type of material that you use in swimsuits. When you go sea diving, deep sea diving and stuff like that, that neoprene keeps that uniform warm, keeps that skin diver suit warm so he don't freeze when he go in too deep of water.
Right.
So that's some of the neoprene that's made in here. Now the other reason, now to show you the great thing about it. Now you can see this product. I got hook Velcro. The hook Velcro goes from one end all the way through down to the very other end. Now there's a reason for that. But even before I tell you about that, you notice there ain't no elastic in this one. Remember I told you back in 2000 I made the mistake of putting the elastic in one?
Right.
You know, it lasted in this one. So I learned my lesson behind it. You don't have to tell me twice. I learned my lesson. So the deal of it is, I put this elastic, I made this hook Velcro from one end to the other, so it will, anybody who got a smaller waist than this, you can wrap, and wrap right back to itself and give you the same type of intensity that you need based on what your situation may be. Say you get in a car wreck right now. If you get in a car wreck right now, broke your leg, so you break your leg, or you might be bleeding real bad.
Yeah.
You can take this product here and you can wrap it around your leg and wrap it right back to itself. You can utilize that as a tourniquet. You can't do that with a lot of other. You can't do that with a lot of other lumbar support belts.
Right.
But you can do that with this. You can take it and you can wrap it right back to itself. Now, if you're bleeding, you know the average person will bleed to death in 3 to 5 minutes. I'm 6'2", I'm 6'4", 198 pounds. I can bleed to death in less than 5 minutes. Yours a little smaller than me. You'll bleed to death in quicker than that. So if you got a bad wound on your leg or something, and you bleeding real bad, if you don't stop that bleeding, at least slow it down, you can bleed to death.
Yeah.
So every car, every automobile out there should have one of these in their car. Wow. But see, a lot of times people use this for their lumbar and keeping it other places and stuff. So we've designed some smaller versions of this to be part of your first aid kit. So you can have a part of your first aid kit in your car. So if anybody get in a wreck, you or somebody else you might run across the road in a wreck or something, render them some type of medical aid until you get the right people to come and can assist them. But now, the other thing, you know, some of these belts you got all these bells and whistles and strap to pull here and a strap to pull here and a pulley over here and all that kind of. You got to do all that kind of stuff to make sure you get the belt adjusted, so it can give you the right type of stability that you need, where you feel like the belt's serving your purpose. You don't have to do that with this belt. This belt got 7 inches of hook Velcro. There's no belt in the marketplace got 7 inches of hook Velcro. This belt has 7 inches of hook Velcro. You take this belt, you put it where you want to put it. When you put it around your waist, you pull it from the bottom of the belt. Pull it from the bottom of the belt, attach it in place. I promise you that belt will stay where you put it, and you won't have to worry about it. And after wearing it for about 30 minutes, you'll forget you even got the belt on. That's just how lightweight it is. You'll forget you even got it on. And it's made out of neoprene that's breathable. It's breathable material. People talking about they want to lose weight. This product right here will make you burn fat. It'll make you burn calories because of the material that it's made out of. The material it's made out of is designed to keep you warm. That's going to make you lose weight.
Hang on for a minute. Hang on for a minute. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Hold on to that thought, buddy. Hold on. We'll be right back with Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Amazing things for you.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, family, we're back with Mr. Glenn Gordon. Mr. Glenn Gordon, I tell you, you started talking about weight loss and everybody, my phone was ringing, everything is clicking. I said, let me go for a break. And how did you hold on to that? They don't want to know about the pain. They want to know about the losing of the weight. I got all these women on this line right now. They said they gonna wear that thing right now.
The thing of it is, Mr. Hill, see, I'm somewhat of a passionate person. I've never had a weight problem. I always been able to manage my weight. If I want to gain a little weight, I can do that. If I want to lose weight, it seems to be no problem. I guess because being as that drill sergeant, being training, that my training background, I can do that. But I have two sisters that, you know, they have a little weight and stuff, and they're also diagnosed as diabetics. And then I know other people that are diabetic. If a diabetic do not control their weight, they can be in serious problem.
Right.
Well, both of my sisters purchased one of my belts, and the belt helped them tremendously, and it's helping them a lot. So they are the ones that I can look at and see it works.
Well, ladies are walking around with these belts on, under the undergarments and all of this kind of stuff, and you hold up at the end of the show and talking about the belt. All of a sudden.
and I promise you, Mr. Hill, they'll put this product on and be underneath their clothing. They will even forget that they have it on. That's just how comfortable it is. I sleeps in mine at night.
Yeah.
I sleeps in mine at night because sometimes my, like I said, my arthritis will act up sometime at night. And before I invented this belt, I'm gonna tell you no lie. Before I invented this belt, I had a heat blanket. And I used to take my heat blanket and I'd sit up and watch a little TV and stuff, and then drink me a little glass of wine, and next thing I know, the wine done knocked me out, and that blanket about to burn me up. because the thing with that blanket, once you plug it in, it's in. That blanket ain't turn itself off. It ain't gonna turn itself off. So I say, hey, wait a minute. I can't do this no more.
Now, Mr. Glenn Gordon, wait a minute. You got the ladies. They trying to lose weight. They gonna be sleeping in this. They go.
It'll work for them. It'll work. Now, what I did was, like I said, for me with my arthritis and stuff, I just wanted to introduce this gel pack to you. Now, this gel pack, we don't own it, but we do work with a company who love our belt so much, and we love their gel pack so much. It's like you got chocolate on my peanut butter, and I got peanut butter on your chocolate, so we join forces. Right.
That's good. It cools it.
So what we did, they have a superb product, and they look at our product being a superb product. And what two best products can come together than these two? And that's what we did. So what this product is, it has a little target switch on the inside. It has a little button in here. You push this little button, bang. When you push that button, that's actually going to activate it. And when you activate it, you're gonna see this gel pack gonna start changing colors. See, it's changing colors. Right now, it's turning to a light color form. Now, if you want to speed it up, which is not gonna hurt it, if you want to speed it up, the only thing you gotta do is shake it. Shake the pack like that. When you shake the pack, this thing get hot to 130 degrees. It'll get hot to 130 degrees, and it'll stay like that for at least 45 minutes. And you still get the benefit of its warmth for at least a good 30 minutes after that. So being that's the case, rather than me having that heat blanket, that rather than me having that warm blanket I used to use before, the electric blanket, now I can use my gel pack, and I can get my We Got Your Back. And I can put my gel pack in the back of my We Got Your Back, which can also be used as a cold pack as well. Put in the back of my We Got Your Back, and I can put this on when I go to bed at night, and I can wrap it around. I can wrap it around whatever part of my body that might be hurting, whether it's my hip or my back, or whatever part of my body hurting. And the one thing I'm reassured after about 45 minutes, this thing will start cooling down, and after about an hour, I'm in the safe zone. It's not like trying to sleep on a electric blanket, and then chances are you might end up burning yourself up.
Wow, that's something. I mean, I've just gone. I'm in awe of the whole thing. I mean, not just for the pain, weight loss, tourniquets, what all else. And I also saw that it's covered by insurance companies. Some insurance companies cover it.
Yeah, but like as you say, Mr. Hill, it's good for posture too. Yeah. Because people who drive in trucks or drive all day and everything like that, I have to stand all day. Policemen's on their feet all day, all that kind of stuff, riding those motorcycles and things like that. a lot of motorcycle operators. I mean, I got friends of mine in the military. They ride motorcycles. They buy this belt as a kidney belt. It helps them because it's flexible and stuff, and they can wear it underneath their clothing, and people don't even know that they have it on.
Right.
We look at a lot of professional athletes and stuff. After you get off the basketball court or a football field or something like that, if you take a shower and you still aching and hurting, put this bad ball underneath your clothing. Nobody don't even know you have it on. So that's it's a great. It is an all around great product.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I hear all the ladies saying right now that they're buying it so they can get a smaller waist.
It will do it. It will definitely do it. And this is the thing that please let the ladies know. They got a 30-day money back guarantee. So if the product don't work for them, send it back. Send it back. Yeah. I stand behind this product. We got your back. I stand behind that. I don't put nothing out there with my name on it, my trademark name on it, nothing like that. If I don't stand behind, I stand behind this 100%.
Now, are there some different sizes of the belt?
Yes, sir. We have a 36-inch. We have a 52-inch. I mean, let me back up. We got a 36-inch. We got a 44-inch. We got a 52-inch, and we got a 60-inch. Okay. Now, before anybody decided they want to purchase the product, I'd appreciate it if they would email me first if they would like to. Because why? Because I recommend that you always get the belt. Give you at least a 4-inch overlap or more. Because why? If you don't have enough overlap on it, you're gonna wear your belt out quicker. Because when you're bending and stuff like that, you can put too much pressure on your Velcro, and eventually it's not going to attach itself like it should do in a more stable situation. So I'm saying that with the proper overlap, which is anywhere between 4 inches, as long as you got at least 4 inches and above, you'll be good. Because all those other belts got the bells and whistles. You don't have bells and whistles, so you got to make certain that you got the right amount to attach itself together. So you don't have to worry about it coming apart on you or anything like that.
Right.
And but you know the other great thing about this, though, Mr. Hill. The other great thing about this, and I'm sure the ladies will agree, when they're out there with those corsets, when they lose weight with the corsets, 9 times out of 10, they have to go buy another corset.
Right.
Because they can't adjust it. And the ones out there, and those so-called corsets out there that claim that they can be adjusted, those type of corsets doesn't really provide you any type of health benefits.
Right.
They're actually just a piece of sweat material. That's all. It's just something like a little wrap. You can just wrap. It help you sweat and drop a few pounds, but it don't serve you no kind of health benefits.
Right.
This gives you health benefits. This helps you lose weight. This can serve as a tourniquet in a life and death situation. This has a gel pack pocket in the back. You can sleep in this product if you wanna. This product serves a lot of purpose for you. And if you don't want to use it, you can pass it down to somebody else in the family. All y'all in the family can use the same product because why? It adjusts itself. So if you even got a 60-inch belt and you got somebody in the family that got a 28 waist, they don't have to buy another belt if they don't want to. Just take that 60-inch belt from the family member and wear it yourself. The only difference is you just got more material, but the product still serves the purpose.
I love it.
That's the way I designed it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how do we purchase the belt and how to get in touch with you. But before we do that, what would you like to leave with the viewers?
I would like to leave with the viewers. First of all, I'm so grateful and I'm appreciated that you have given me an opportunity to come before you and tell you about this great product. And this product was made with love. It's not made for me just to try to make a dollar. If I was just out there just trying to make a dollar, I would have made that from the first product I made with that elastic in it. But this is not about a dollar. This is about honestly giving you something that you can benefit from. So for the last few words I would like to say to you, whenever you purchase my product, you got 30 days to determine whether you want to keep it or not. And if you decide you want to return it, no questions asked, I'll give you your money back.
Absolutely. How do we purchase the product and where do we find it?
You can go to www.wegotchaback.com.
That's good. I appreciate you, my friend, for everything you've done. Shout out to Miss Desiree Benson. The lady. That young lady believed in me. Yeah. And I know I didn't have all my loose ends together, Miss Desiree, when you first met me, but thank you for believing in me and my product. I appreciate you so much, buddy, for everything you've done. Thank you for everything that you are doing for the nation, not just, the world, definitely, because this product is for everyone.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Thank you so
Yes, it
much.
is.
Thanks so much for the
I
opportunity.
appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Hill, for the opportunity.
Take care. On tomorrow, we will have Stafford Sutton, CSO and Inventor, 12:30 to 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.